Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again. Today I wanted to give you guys some more Lurk gameplay. I know people love to hate on Lurk, but it's actually I had a really lot of fun with Lurk when it first came out. I ended up reaching with Masters with Lurk during that season. So I always have a kind of like a sore spot for for Lurk. I actually have Mastery level 5 on both Rek'Sai and Pyke on my main account. So I do like playing Lurk, so I wanted to bring you guys some more showcase of it. The deck, I think, is actually in a worse spot than it's ever been before, because a lot of the Demacia decks, like think of just standard Swarm, think of Sivir Action, even Scouts, are able to have a lot of blockers down in the field at the same time, and are able to trade your units one per one. But aside from that, I mean, it can do pretty well against certain other decks. So it's still it's still a pretty fun deck to play. Obviously, if you like relying on the RNG aspect of it and going super big with Pyke and Rek'Sai, and you want to make your opponent suffer, then this is the deck to play. In terms of the list itself, my list is pretty standard. I'm pretty much running every single Lurk card that you can. I think the only ones that are not running are the bad Lurks, right? So I'm not running Bloodbait. I'm not running the Ripper's Bait. The Ripper's Bait. So these are like the only ones that are missing. So pretty much our deck has, if I remember correctly, it's 35? No, sorry, 33, right? 33 Lurk cards. Because we have 11 total Lurkers that we put in the deck. The non-Lurk cards are going to be Treasure Seekers, or 3 Treasure Seekers, just to give us an easy one drop in case that we don't draw our other 2. Chronomancer, because it lets us spread that into Rek'Sai or Pyke. And then lastly, to finish it off, just one of Bone Skewer. Everything else is going to be Lurk cards, pretty straightforward. Just drop them on the field and kind of win from there. You usually want to be able to keep your 1-drops in the mulligan because you want to be able to do 1-drops early. You keep the Chronomancer if you're attacking on 2. You keep the Cersei Collar if you're attacking on 3. You want to send your champions back because you'd rather be able to lurk them instead. Aside from that, again, you also want to send your heavies. Pretty much just start off with like an early curve and then just build up from there. And keep Aspiring Chronomancer and Treasure Seeking to make your Lurk chances even better, even if you don't actually predict. The way that you win with this deck, obviously, is you go super fast, really wide if you can, and then you're able to win through the overwhelms from the Under Titan, the Doombreaker, and this Rek'Sai, or you can win through Pyke, leveling up and just causing a lot of damage, or you can just win through late game Jawfish, cleaning the opponent whole board. So multiple ways to win with this deck. Just need to make sure that you hit those Lurk as soon as possible. But anyways, if you like this content, please make sure to like the video below, and remember to subscribe to us. It will help us out a lot. I'll see you all at the end of the video. Have a good one. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Pantheon. So the way that we're going to beat Pantheon is by being able to go really wide, really quickly. And this is not a bad hand to do just that. I'm debating if it's worth it to keep the Chronomancer, and I think it is. Because the Chronomancer will give me a good blocker for the Mountain Goat, right? I also actually think the Treasure Seeker is slightly better. Because if he has... Actually, no, because the only thing that he could have is the 1-drop, right? And the 1-drop is not going to do anything here. Oh, okay, we just high roll the Rek'Sai. That works out for us. This is Lurk sometimes, huh? We get the Pyke in our hand with the Rek'Sai in our deck. Pretty good stuff, yeah. So this is exactly what I was talking about. I think it's actually better to just do the Treasure Seeker now. So now we can just do the Treasure Seeker and the Mountain Goat and call that a day. Oh my goodness, another one? Here we can just do Chronomancer and do the Walking Sense instead. Isn't that better? I actually think that's better. Because we can just do this. He's gonna be taking a lot of damage here. Now he could kill this, which is fine. He's obviously gonna block this here, but he's still taking 7 damage and going down to 10. Yeah. And then next turn we can summon Pyke. And next turn we have enough mana on turn 5 for both the Cersei Clawler plus the second Pyke, which is huge. Yep, be my guess. So the big thing here is just going to be summoning the Pyke. He can do like a single combat if he wanted to, but there's not going to be a lot of ways to be able to kill us here. Center play, alright. Again, we just do the Cersei Collar here. At this point, we still have to try to present enough damage Okay, he ended up finding another blocker, so that's a little bit unfortunate for us. Huh. Because we could do the hammer the hammers now to be able to pull that white flame away from where we need to be. I think we do the Cersei Collar though. I think I really like the Cersei Collar, and I think at this point the Overwhelm are probably better, right? I think at this point we start transitioning to the Overwhelm. We have two options here. Now, if he has single combat here, we will get punished by putting... Because he will be able to single combat to kill the Pyke. But that means he will have to bring this down, and he will still get the value from the Senate play. Huh. I think we just do this. I think we just do the Hammer Fin Found and save the second Pyke for later. Because now he has now we can just drag this with the Chronomancer. Meaning that the Pyke is gonna be able to get a good clear clink attack in. You know, he could still have single combat, which would be a problem because he could kill both units. Or he could just single combat here and only push 5 damage. But he's still gonna be down to 5 health, right? Ooh, so it's not single combat. He still loses this unit. He still goes down to 1 health. And we start transitioning to our Overwhelms. We have 2 of them coming through that are gonna be big attack units. So he shouldn't have a way, and this still has the vulnerable, right? So we can always pull it whenever we want to. The question here is, do we keep the Bone Skewer? Do we keep the Bone Skewer mana, or do we just go for the Overwhelm? I think we just go for the Overwhelm. I really don't see how he can beat us here. I mean, this is pushing... I'm gonna do the Rek'Sai here. I want to block that. So this is gonna stop his attack. So what I'm trying to play around here is Cataclysm. If he has a Cataclysm, we're taking way too much damage. So I'm just gonna do it like this. I can always block with the Rek'Sai right here, and now we still have the Bone Skewer available for us. So now, even if he has the Cataclysm, it's not gonna work because we can just do the Bone Skewer. And here we go. Just like we talked about, we kind of read the opponent like a book. Let's do it like this. No reason to do it on the Pyke anymore. And then now he shouldn't have a way to kill us, right? We can just open up with the Pyke and call it a day. Yeah, his deck doesn't have any way to stop this. So here we go. I think playing around the Cataclysm was the ideal thing, right? Again, usually what they have is single combat and consider. He has no units to be able to summon any of those. But he did have the Cataclysm, which ended up winning us again there. But yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Akshan Sivir. So our problem with Akshan Sivir is that they're gonna have a lot of great blockers versus us, which can make things quite a bit awkward. We could try to go super wide, and we could keep the Bone Skewer to be able to present some sort of like nice combo. I actually like keeping the Bone Skewer in this matchup specifically, because I need to be careful for stuff like single combat, right? Our hand is good, but not the best thing there. It's kind of like a low value hand. We get the Call the Pack though, so that's pretty nice. Because it lets us get some more units, which I think is going to actually be very important, right? I think we're going to do the hatchling. And what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to open with Call the Pack. And then save the Snapdraw for next turn. So we're going to do Call the Pack on turn 2. Have the Sharkling and Snapdraw for turn... Oh, we can just do this now. Now the punish for this is going to be him getting, in the search cycle is pretty good. Him getting action and then having enough mana for a Shapestone, right? So ideally he wants to... I think we can just keep this back as a blocker. He won't be able to block that. I think we can keep the 2-3 back as a blocker. Because this is making his action attack a little bit awkward. Although if he had action, I think he would have just done it. Here we can still start with the Snapjaw. Especially if we start with the Snapjaw, definitely. Like if he doesn't summon something here and we can do the Snapjaw, then he won't be able to kill the hatchling for free. Because then the hatchling will be at 3, right? But then the fact that he was able to do that now makes things a little bit awkward. Because if we do the Snapjaw, then it's never gonna be at enough damage. So let's do this. I mean, we could have just done the Snapjaw. I think the Snapjaw was actually probably better here, even if he does get a good block with the Broadwind. If he does this, I think I might be okay with it. I might be okay doing the Snapjaw if he does it this way. Again, the problem is that we are giving him a lot of attacks, and we ended up not buffing this to 3. I think it was a misplay not to do the Snapjaw. I wanted to kind of read out. Maybe we still do. Maybe we still greed it out. Maybe we still greed out the Snapjaw right here. We don't need to block with anything else. This is always gonna die to blocking to the hatchling, right? That's gonna be really big later on as long as we keep enough units. We get the Pyke. So now we have the Pyke. This cannot be blocked by the Broadwind. This he can block with the Vagabond. But it's still going to be a lot of trades. We can attack with the Chronomancer as well, because the Broadwind, only thing that can kill this is going to be like a sharp side. Yeah, I think we just attack with everything. We just attack with everything here. He needs to have a sharp side to have a good trade here. If he does this way, then I guess, you know, we won't get... he'll be able to kill this. But that's all he can do. I mean, we do have the Pyke as well, right? So, I mean, we could just keep the hatching alive. And he still took 3 damage. Although the Pyke is probably better off... I mean, we do have the Bone Skewer, so maybe it doesn't matter. Definitely think we just do Snapjaw into Pyke. Into Death from Below. And start working towards this card. Okay. We could have done the Call the Pack here, by the way. Actually, it probably was better to do Call the Pack. But at least this gives me some access to be able to do the Bone Skewer as well. So now we do this, stop the Bruiser from getting any attack. And now he has a choice, right? He only has 1 mana. If he has a Shape Stone, we still have Bone Skewer available for us, allowing us to send the Pyke back. So all he can do is kill one of these units, right? Doesn't matter. So now we can actually do the Call the Pack next turn to guarantee that we hit the Lurk again. Our Pyke is going to be a 6 now. We send one of these guys back. That's actually... that might be a little too many. I think I'm going to do the Chaplain. He's going to be able to block it with the Fleet Feather Tracker, but I think that's fine. The problem now is that we don't have a play for next turn, right? We had 3 Joltfish because we're going to be drawing one of them. We can't do the Bone Skewer right now because he'll always be able to just stop that with like a single combat. I mean, he's still going to be able to do the same thing because now he's going to be able to kill the Pyke. But at least we can make him commit to single combat. I think at this point, that's all we can do. We have to try to bait out the single combat because of how awkward our hand is with triple Joltfish. That's so unfortunate that we got one for Call the Pack when we really had 2. Like, there's a lot of other good hits we could have gotten here. Now, he could easily still have Concerted Strike or Single Combat. So all we have to do is just wait for him to attack first. He's always going to do it. So he's always going to have to Single Combat or Concerted Strike. regardless losing one of his units. Otherwise, he's gonna lose both. At least this way, we deny him the attack with Sivir. So if he has to kill the Pyke, meaning that the Sivir now doesn't push 5 damage through. The only problem is that she's gonna have the spell shield, so even though we do the Jewelfish next turn, she will be able to survive, but it will set up for the second Jewelfish the turn after that. Wait, wow, Pyke leveled up. Isn't that game? No single combat, no concerted? That's pretty much game. Wait, what? I did not expect that. That actually has me shook. He didn't have single combat because I think we still open up with the Jewelfish. So we still open up with the Jewelfish because he kills the Broadwind. Kills and because he's very unit heavy, right? And then next we have another Jewelfish. Here we just attack. There's almost no blockers that he has. That's good enough here. He doesn't block it, he's taking 7 damage. If he blocks it, he just loses the unit. And then next time we open up with the second Jewelfish. Next time we can send the Pyke back to our top of our deck. Oh, that's so unfortunate for opponent. I wonder what their hand is then. Is their hand just full of buffs? Like, how come he didn't have it? I'm gonna greed it out. You know what? Let's not greed it out. Let's just kill the action right here. I'm not gonna greed it out. He could easily have something else that he can summon here. But I think I'm just gonna take this attack like this. I mean, sorry, this summon like this. Yeah, it's fine. Because we can always send the Pyke back Prodigy. That's why his hand was so awkward then. Sure. We do the third Jewelfish, we send the Pyke back to the top of our deck, and we win the game. And here we go. We summoned this first so that we have more units on the field for the Jewelfish to hit stuff. And we didn't hit the Sandstorm Charger, ironically. And only one of our things hit the Treasure Seeker. I guess he could have stuff like single combat and consider now, but I mean, he showed us like he didn't have it last turn. We still have 4 attackers, he only has 1 blocker, and we're gonna have a Pyke back on the top of our deck. Meaning that the only thing that he can kill us with is Sivir. But if he does the Sivir, it means that he cannot summon any other unit, otherwise the Pyke skill goes through Spell Shield. I'm very surprised that our opponent had no answer to the Pyke Bone Skewer. But yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Gnar Swain. We have a lot of removal. That could be really annoying for us. I think I want to send the Pyke back, just in case that we can lurk into the Pyke. Okay, well, we got the cover pack, so it would have been, I guess, nicer to keep the Pyke. We have the 1-drop and we have the snap drop. So our lurkers are going to get pretty big. This is going to be good later on in the game, but seeing it this early is usually not great for us. Okay, there we go. So, okay, it's just a regular lurker. So we didn't get that lucky right away. Now, the problem with the Snapjaw here is that he does have Stone Stackers. It's not Stone Stackers though, so we go ahead and just get our Lurk, call it a day. Here we can do the 1-drop and then do the hammers now. If he summons a unit. He does. I actually think it's better not to do the hammers now. I think the hammers now is going to be better off for something like Gnar or Tinidactyl. So I'm going to save it, because we're going to use the hammers now to put it on a Gnar or a Tinidactyl, right? We are going to lose the Sharkling, which is fine. But here I'm guessing he's going to have one of those two units, so either Gnar or Tinidactyl. And there's the Gnar that we just talked about. So we can do this. Now we will take some damage. Obviously we're going to take the Pokey Stick damage. We can save the 2 mana because we have the Walking Sands. We have to play around Death Hand. So that's the one thing we have to be worried about. Sucks seeing the Pyke right now. Kind of like the Joltfish. It's a little bit awkward having two Joltfish, but I think it's complete. I think it's fine. I'm gonna do the Walking Sands and do the second Hammers now. We're never gonna target this with the Walking Sands, right? That's so annoying. He got the minion from the telescope. That's actually really annoying because now he'll be able to kill another one of our units. Now the only thing that he could have is Death Hand, so there's no way for him to save his there's no way for him to save his Gnar now, right? So we just attack like this. We can hold this back because if he doesn't kill this, then we just do the Joltfish. He could have the Gnar stun. Lightning Rush from Conchologist. Alright. I guess I get punished by Conchologist RNG, huh? Sits, so we can do the Doombreaker, and then we're a little bit awkward because all we have now is gonna be like Pyke. We can just kill this hammer thing. I think at this point we're just playing for the Joltfish, right? So at this point all we can do is just play for the Joltfish. We could attack with the Pyke because he has quick attack, and we could also attack with the Overwhelm unit because he's not gonna die versus almost anything. Decides to do this. I actually like doing Rek'Sai right here so that we don't attack with the Doomkeeper, because I think again we're just gonna set up for a big Joltfish, right? He's probably gonna have Flock for the Pyke, but if he does the Flock on the Pyke, it means that he doesn't have the Flock for the Doombreaker. Now we do lose the Rek'Sai, but I think he's gonna decide to let his Gnar go. I think that's fine. He does have a blocker with the minion here. He's gonna flock the Pyke, so then we are gonna be left with the Cersei collar. Still has 5 cards in his hand. Pretty much sits because of the Gnar, and he gets the minion back as well. So we're actually in a tough spot, right? Yeah, he's gonna just flock this here. So maybe summoning the Rek'Sai there was a mistake. We could have just waited for Rek'Sai to be leveled up. We could have just attacked with the Overwhelm. The problem is that whenever you have like Joltfish, it becomes really awkward of understanding when you can do Rek'Sai or not. I'm just gonna do the Joltfish right now. I think at this point we have to just try to clear his board. Obviously we don't hit the Mayor, so he still gets value from the Mayor. We do the Joltfish again next turn. Or we can do the Under Titan as well. This is a problem though. The fact that he got all these minions is actually such a problem for us. One from the Telescope, one from the Mayor. Because he can just keep doing this, and now we're down to 6 health, right? We can do the Under Titan, trying to push that Overwhelm damage. Well, that's literally all we can do. I think it actually has to be that. I think it has to be the Under Titan. I like the Call the Pack, gives me some more answers. But it means that we're sending something back to the top of our deck. I wish it would have been the Pyke instead. Maybe it was better to actually skip there. Those minions actually just completely stole out the game from him, huh? Sometimes that's how it goes though. Sometimes that's how the RNG crumbles. Now, his only blocker here is going to be Gnar, because he cannot block with those guys. Okay, he just does the Minimorph anyways. Alright. I don't think I need to Lurk. I think we're just fine. The problem with the minions is that are consistent blockers that we can never get through, right? And the moment that we do the second Joltfish here, he'll be able to put like a Leviathan with no way for us to do anything else. We don't even hit the Gnar. So we don't even hit the Gnar. The minion still stays alive. At least he can't summon the second one until later. The Gnar can get the 6 damage through because of the Poke Stick. Meaning that if we block with one of these guys, he has to do the Poke Stick on it to kill it. Yeah, so we're forced to block with one of the other guys. If we just, yeah, we have to block like this. Because he still has enough mana to just completely do like I need to force him to do the Poke Stick here. Yeah. And then we just add resources, right? Because here he can just do a Leviathan and just kill us. I can't, oh man, those minions, man. Those minions completely killed us, huh? People underestimate how strong as a blocker they can be. So all we can hope for here is that he has no stun. And he got the stun from the telescope as well. Opponent just got every single bright card that he needed from his manifest, right? But yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going against Veigar Senna. Now, we should be able to do okay versus this deck. Because our units can get really big really quickly. The hatching is probably one of the worst ones to get though, because of stuff like group shot. But I'm going to keep it because I don't want to risk not getting another 1-drop. And because the rest of my hand looks pretty good and I don't want to send anything from the rest of my hand back to the deck. So, I mean, they have stopped playing group shot though, so maybe he won't have it. What they do have is like Battle Feast and stuff like that. I'm going to do the Sharkling and I'm going to do the Hatchling. If he has Battle Feast, he can kill the Hatchling, but he's not getting any heal from it. Otherwise, we're getting a pretty good attack right here. With all the Hatchlings on the field. And we just missed the Lurk. Okay. Oh, I thought we missed it. That took so long. I thought we missed it. It was like a small delay there. Does he play well? That's gonna be the question, right? It's better to do the Shackling. I don't want to risk this missing the Lurk, and then the opponent being able to just get 2 free hits from Catalyzer, right? So as much as I would love to do the Snapjaw, I think we just gotta do it this way. We could just pass there as well, by the way, because now he can do Battle Feast. Or I guess Poke Stick, that's okay. We do the Circe Collar. Because we want to guarantee that we get the Lurk here, we get the Rek'Sai. Apparently with Rek'Sai is that she's just gonna get Minimorph for Vengeance, but at least we're forcing that out of him. He has a Battle Feast now, so he's able to kill this because he drew into it. And we still lose. He's still able to block another unit, right? We still push at least 4 damage, which is not bad. Clear his board, and then the Snapjaw should not be able to be blocked by almost anything next turn. Second Catalyzer. That's rough, because the moment that he actually gets his champions, it's going to be very rough for us to do anything. Yeah, let's just do the Snapjaw this time. We got the Pyke. That's huge. Getting that Pyke is huge. Getting that Pyke is actually huge now, because we have a way now to deal with Senna or Veigar. I mean, you know one of our units is a champion. So I'm not sure why the prank now. -1 attack? That's not gonna do a lot. Yeah, -1 attack is not gonna do a lot. I think we do the Doomkeeper. I think there's no reason to do the Rek'Sai just yet. I want to force him to be threatened for our Rek'Sai level up when we do play the Rek'Sai. Now the problem here is that, I mean, he's thing +4, so he can kill one of these right now. He can kill the other one by blocking, but then he's taking all the overwhelm damage from the Doomkeeper. He could have the Vengeance if he uses he knows we have a Rek'Sai, so I mean, I doubt that he'll commit like a Vengeance right here unless he has like a second one. Yeah, so you just do this. And then if you have a Veigar, you just play it this turn and start working towards the Veigar level up condition. Decides not to. Okay. I mean, that's fine with me too. I guess he could have a Poke Stick here, or just gonna... So that means he has to have another Vengeance, right? Or a Minimorph to be able to deal with the Rek'Sai. Like, there's no way you do that unless you have another way to deal with the Rek'Sai. Like, I think that's pretty crazy that he did it that way.
Astounding curiosities lie ahead.
I'm gonna do it right now. Usually I wanted to wait for his champion for me to do that. But I think it's fine. I think that's fine. I think we can still save the... Like, we're gonna threaten the Rek'Sai level up next turn, right? And if the Rek'Sai doesn't level up... 4, 6, 9. Yeah, we can do the snap job first. We can do the snap job first. We hit another Rek'Sai, so even if this Rek'Sai dies, we have another Rek'Sai waiting. If he passes, he's trying to play like if he has Ruination, maybe? Has to be Vengeance. Or many more. I hate Conchologists, guys. We don't need to attack with the hammers now because we already triggered the Lurk from the Rek'Sai. I really hate Conchologists. Because now he can just have another way to deal with the Rek'Sai here. Again, we do have the Pyke, which is pretty good at dealing with his champions. But any one of his champions is going to be able to summon like... And the Pyke is also going to die to the Darkness, because Darkness is already a 4. I hate the fact that he got another answer, because now he could still have... I'm going to just do it. He's going to be able to kill the Pyke with the Darkness, and I think I'm okay with that. The problem now is that all he needs is the last answer to deal with the Rek'Sai. I can't be... Oh my god, I hate Manifest. I'm actually kind of tilted about that. I hate Manifest so much. Because if he was forced to use a Vengeance or a Minimorph last turn, he wouldn't have the... Like, he needed to do this last turn, but instead he just got to get away with it for free because of the Conchologists. Meaning that the second Rek'Sai could have come in this turn, and he wouldn't have a way to stop it. Because he really sped up Vengeance. But yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Ezreal Caitlyn. They do have a lot of removal. I wonder if we could actually be able to kill them fast enough. I think we want to be able to. We need to get the Pyke. I think the way that we win this game is through Pyke. We have to start with the Sharkling. You never start with the Hatchling here because he can have Thermal, and the Thermal will stop us from being able to trigger our Lurk on turn 1, right? We get the Pyke. Easy Lurk hybrid, right? So now we do the Snapjaw next turn and be able to get the Pyke even bigger and bigger. Next turn we do the Surge Caller. Yeah. We don't even lose the Snapjaw. So opponent is going to be in a little bit of pressure here because we can, again, on turn 3 we can do the Surge Caller. Okay. We can even move the Flash Bombs away from our deck, right? Surge Caller, we can do Rek'Sai or Pyke. We don't get either. I think we keep... I like the second Surge Caller so that we could predict to something else later. Alright, he gets the stun here, but he's not going to be able to get a Flock. And that's one less stun we have to worry about if we ever get the Rek'Sai. We still attack because next time we probably want to do the Snapjaw. And we want to keep the death from below for as long as possible. Yeah, there we go. If he wants to go ahead and... He's either going to have to take this damage or he's going to have to lose his Caitlyn right here. He decides to take the damage. Next turn we have 5 mana. Plus the 2 is going to be 7. So we can do Surge Caller plus death from below. We're just going to swap the bombs around anyways. Second Joltfish is probably better. Wow. Why did we just do death from below right here? I think this is worth it. Now he can stun and flock, but Caitlyn now doesn't get to block, and we're still pushing a lot of damage. He's not gonna stun. He's gonna I guess he's gonna save the stun for a Rek'Sai. He's gonna stay with that. He's still gonna be taking at least 11 damage, so he's down to 3. And now we have our overwhelms able to finish him off next turn. He could have tried it right here, which would be a problem. The flash bombs should be okay. We have enough mana to do the Under Titan plus the Hatchling. The Under Titan is potentially gonna get overwhelmed next turn, as long as we hit the Lurk, right? He will be able to kill the Hatchling though. So maybe we do the Under Titan first. See what he does. Who he's gonna target, and then we summon the Hatchling. It's probably gonna target one of the 2 health units though, right? Yeah, there we go. Now we can do the Hatchling. And he needs to have another thermal, otherwise he's losing, right? And again, this has Overwhelm and Fearsome. He has second thermal, but he's gonna lose his Ezreal. And he doesn't have enough blockers, right? Now, if we miss the Lurk, we become really sad. I would love to do the Rek'Sai, but he has a stun that he can just use. So I think we're just gonna do this and get the Overwhelm here. And we get it. And we do a Rek'Sai anyways, so it doesn't even matter. Like, I think summoning the Rek'Sai there was gonna just get punished by that 1-cost stun. So it was better to just open attack there and rely that we hit the Lurk. But yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Yuumi Pantheon. This is gonna be interesting matchup because it's gonna depend on how many units they get, and I guess if we get a wide board. I think we need to try to see for a wide board. Rek'Sai in our hand is not worse. It's not bad, but it's not the best thing either. So let's see how we do this. Turn 1 play. We don't have a turn 2 play though. Oh, I guess we can send Rek'Sai back now. So we can do Shockling on turn 1. He's not gonna be able to block. Now next turn he could... I'm okay doing this. So the reason I'm okay doing this is because that next time if he had a sharp side, he would actually be able to survive. I guess he could still survive with the sharp side. But here, let's just do a Rek'Sai and call it a day. So now it needs to be like a sharp side for him to survive this, right? A Pale Cascade wouldn't do it. And he has the sharp side. That's fine. Still keeps the thing at 1 HP, so now we can still kill it with like a Treasure Seeker or something. Yeah, we just do this so we can kill the goat. We have the Hammer Face, so we can put on the Saga Seeker. And then next turn we can do Hatchling plus Cersei Collar. So this is 2 mana. Yep. I'll do it like this. Decides not to do anything anyways. Let's do the Cersei Collar first. We get the second Rek'Sai, which I think is going to be very important. I think the second Rek'Sai is going to be very important. He could have Pantheon here, which would be very annoying. Nope, he just gets another go. That's great. Wow. So he's going to... I guess we'll trade the whole board, right? We'll trade board for board. I'm going to trade the whole board here. He's not going to have it. He's not going to have any units, right? So he's not targeting anything with the gems. And now we have our Rek'Sai next turn. I guess Rek'Sai won't be triggered next turn just yet, but here we can do just the Ornate Titan. And 1 now. There's no way that he can save. There's no way that he can save this. We can still summon the Rek'Sai next turn, just so that we push the overwhelm damage from the Under Titan and give the Under Titan the skill. Which I think is fine. I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna do the Rek'Sai next turn. Okay, this is game. If he doesn't kill the Rek'Sai right now, this is game. We just got the 3rd Rek'Sai on the top of our deck. It's pretty nutty. He needs to kill Rek'Sai right now. The funny thing is that even if he kills her, we just summon... He knows we have a second Rek'Sai in our hand. So he's thinking, if I kill this Rek'Sai now, he's just going to summon another one. Okay. Yep. I think we're just going to level up Rek'Sai right here. No reason to do anything else. Yep. Rek'Sai on top. Rek'Sai again. Triple Rek'Sai. And then he's gonna lose to all the overwhelm damage. He's gonna have to sacrifice. He's gonna have to sacrifice his white flame no matter what. I guess he could kill this by having sharp sight. Like he could kill Rek'Sai or this by having sharp sight. We gotta level the Rek'Sai on the top of the deck anyways. If he does it like this, I think I'm okay with that. Pantheon is not gonna level up next turn yet. Yeah, if he has another sharp sight, he can kill the Rek'Sai. The good thing is that because this is gonna have spell shield, we have another one. We can do the Cersei Caller distant. He decides not to kill this, so he's gonna go down to 2. I don't think that's correct. Like, I don't think going down to 2 is correct here. Here we can do the Cersei Caller and then do the Snapjaw. Just in the potential case that we get something like... That's why he did it this way, right? The problem with him doing that is that we can still... Okay, we didn't get the Pyke. We can still block with the Under Titan, right? So this is not going to be lethal unless he also has Cataclysm on top of it. The Snapjaw can actually just present lethal as well. So he's going to have to block something with the Snapjaw. He can do a second Zenith Blade. That would be his out. Yeah, second Zenith Blade. He should put second Zenith Blade in the Wind White Flame. That's the only way that he potentially wins. He decides to do it. I still think we do the Snapjaw. I still think we do the Snapjaw because he's going to have to block with the Wind White Flame and lose most of the health on it. He will get the Fury proc, but it's not going to be enough for him to win the game. So now he has to block with the Wind White Flame, taking it down to 8. He does a gem on it, taking it to 11. It's still not enough to kill any of our units. And then we just do the Hammer Fin on the Pantheon and we win the game. So the reason we're going to do the Hammer Fin on the Pantheon is in case that he's able to roll lifesteal. We want to be able to pull the Pantheon all the way to the right. We have the other Rek'Sai on top of on our hand, meaning that we can guarantee that we hit the Lurk next turn. Judgment could be the only punish. But for him to do Judgment, he will need to also have single combat to remove the spell shield from the Under Titan. So how do we not lose against Judgment? He has to be the second Under Titan, right? If he has enough mana for both like a single and a Judgment, I think I actually need to play around the Judgment. Because that would be the only way that we lose at this point. If he passes here, I think I'm willing to pass back. He decides not to. I'm gonna block like this. And then, like I said, we put it on this guy. Judgment is still scary, so I do think we need to summon the other Under Titan. Again, as long as he keeps enough mana. Even if the Pantheon levels up, it's not gonna be a big deal. As long as we have 2 units with Spell Shield, Judgment is never gonna be enough. Because he can remove the Spell Shield from the first unit by doing Judgment plus single combat. He could get the lifesteal right here. If he has like single combat or something, that would be pretty annoying. Again, we have another Rek'Sai. Yeah, he got the lifesteal. I can't believe it. So he's able to heal back up. Oh, he's just gonna stun? Don't you just lose if you do this? I think I'm gonna just go wide. I think I'm just gonna go wide. He could have another stun. Or he could have a Cataclysm right here. But a Cataclysm kills his own unit, right? And a Cataclysm still wouldn't be enough. Alright. So he does it like this. We just pull with everything. pull this to the side so that the life still stays over there, and these two have spell shields. So, and again, that's why it was so important for us to put that vulnerable on that Pantheon, just so in the off chance that he got lifesteal, which he ended up getting anyway. So yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against scouts. Ooh. And we're also taking on events, which means that he should be slightly favored. Maybe not so much if we have the Cersei collar on top of everything. I think I'm gonna keep the Cersei collar because I have a hunch that I'm gonna need to predict a lot. Because I'm gonna need the Pyke. I think I'm definitely gonna need the Pyke. So because I feel like I'm gonna need the Pyke, I can go ahead and do the Treasure Seeker here. It's gonna be a nice blocker into this. This gets punished if he has Misfortune though, but I think it should be okay. Chronomancer, not a Pyke. I'm gonna skip. I feel pretty confident on us hitting. There we go. I feel pretty confident on us hitting the Lurk that we could have skipped because we only play 6 non-Lurk cards, right? And we had 2 of them in our hand already. So we only have 4 more Lurk cards in the deck, while we had 30 actual Lurk cards. So that's why I feel confident doing it that way. If he's gonna do that, we have 2 choices here. We can do the Hatchling, which I think is fine. Or we can just save the mana so that we can do the Cersei collar next turn. I think it's fine. So that we can do the Cersei collar plus the Pyke next turn. Playing Pyke this early might be a little bit scary though. I think I'm okay taking these 3. Because this is still going to be a good blocker later on. Yeah, doing the Pyke this early might be a little bit scary. Okay, we get the Rek'Sai, so now I feel a lot better. The only way that he kills this is going to be with the Bargain Surgeon. We can do the hatch. We can do the Sharkling right here. If he has Misfortune, though, I think I need to do the Death from Below on her. He's gonna decide to give. Wait, that means he has Misfortune, right? So then we just do this. So he was trying to set us up with 1 HP. Now our Pyke is gonna die, but we can always also send Rek'Sai back to the top of our deck. And he should have a way to deal with Rek'Sai, right? So our Pyke is gonna die to the challengers. Shouldn't have a way to kill this. He needs to have exactly Sharp Sight to be able to kill the Pyke. I guess he can kill this for free. He's playing a really risky game. Because we can get another Rek'Sai trigger next turn. Because of the Colder Pack. Sharp Sight is a punish against Pyke. So I think I just block with 1 of them. If he has the Sharp Sight, that's okay. Wow. I don't think that's correct. You need to keep your board because you're playing for Demacia. I'm gonna do this first. See what we get here. Sharkling. Hammer Fang to pull the Surgeon or whatever else he pushed right here. And then we just win. There it is. Decided to go for the Challenger instead of anything else. Question is, I mean, this is gonna go to 7, right? This is gonna go to 7. This is gonna go to 6. Is there any way for him to kill the Pyke? Oh, he's just gonna go like this. I mean, if he wants to do that, I'm okay with that. I'm completely willing to sacrifice my Pyke. I'm completely willing to sacrifice my Pyke because I'm still pushing a ton of damage right here. He kills that right this. Yep, that's fine. We still keep the Shackling alive. If he wants to kill the Pyke, he needs to attack right now. He's down to 2 cards. We have a Rek'Sai and we have the Under Titan. So this should be game. There shouldn't be a way for him to come back from this. Because Rek'Sai is going to just level up next turn. And he doesn't have a way to deal with a level of Rek'Sai.
Out of nowhere.
Can do the Under Titan again.
With me.
Doesn't matter. All you can do is kill one of these. Like, all he can do is kill the Sharkling, right? This gets overwhelmed. Rek'Sai levels up next turn. And that should be game.
Hold nothing back.
Even Sharpside doesn't save him here. There we go. GG's. Woo. Lurk, huh? Hey, welcome back, everybody. So, hope you enjoyed those games. You can kind of see there, we did have a couple losses today. And if you were keeping track of my rank, we actually went down from Diamond 2 to Diamond 3. I was struggling a little bit with Lurk today, actually, when I was recording this video. We kept getting a lot of losses where we just were not finding our champions at all, which is part of the Lurk experience, right? I think there was specifically one game that I remember where I predicted twice with Counterbreaker and twice with Surfside Caller, and never saw a Rek'Sai or a Pyke. So, you know, sometimes that's just the nature of the deck and how that goes. But aside from that, I mean, you know, really fun, really fast games. You either win or you lose very quickly. So, again, yeah. So hope you enjoy those games. If you like the content, please remember to subscribe. It helps me out a lot. You can also catch us on Twitch Sirturmund, where we stream about 3 to 4 times a week. And you can also catch us on Twitter and Discord. You can find the links for those in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.